Most people think danger comes with a warning, a hiss, a growl, a bite. But what if the deadliest animals on Earth don't attack loudly? What if they kill you in ways you never even notice until it's too late? Some creatures invade your body silently, others release toxins you don't feel at first. A few leave you with symptoms that seem harmless, until days, months, or even years later when your heart, lungs, or brain collapse. And stay until number 1, because the final creature on this list has caused millions of deaths, without most victims ever realizing they were dying. Welcome back to Top Wonder, the channel where we explore the most dangerous, mysterious, and unbelievable animals on the planet. Today we're counting down 10 hidden killers, animals that kill you slowly without you realizing. These are not the obvious predators. They rarely bite, rarely scratch, and often look harmless. But beneath the surface, they carry silent weapons, parasites, neurotoxins, slow-acting venom, or biological traps that can take your life without a single warning. Let's begin. Number 10. The kissing bug. Chagas disease. The kissing bug looks harmless, just a small, slow-moving insect that feeds at night. But it carries Trypanosoma cruzi, a parasite responsible for Chagas disease, one of the slowest and most silent killers in the insect world. Here's why it's terrifying. The bite doesn't kill you. In fact, the bite barely hurts. The real danger comes when the bug defecates near the bite wound. During sleep, victims rub the irritated spot, pushing the parasite into the bloodstream without realizing it. For many people, symptoms appear mild: fatigue, fever, swelling, then they disappear. But years later, the parasite resurfaces and begins attacking the heart and digestive system. Chagas disease causes heart failure, arrhythmias, and sudden cardiac death, often long after victims forget they were ever bitten. The World Health Organization estimates 6 to 7 million people are currently infected, many without knowing. The slowest killers aren't always the ones with fangs. Sometimes they arrive while you're sleeping. Number 9. The tsetse fly sleeping sickness. Beautiful but deadly, the tsetse fly of sub-Saharan Africa is responsible for spreading African trypanosomiasis, commonly known as sleeping sickness. This disease begins quietly. A bite from the fly looks like a mosquito bite, small, itchy, and forgettable. Days later, fever and fatigue appear, then headaches and joint pain. Most people think it's a random illness, but the parasite doesn't stop. It slowly invades the bloodstream, crosses into the brain, and begins to destroy the central nervous system. Victims suffer insomnia at first, then uncontrollable sleep episodes, then total neurological collapse. Untreated, sleeping sickness is almost always fatal. In certain regions of Central Africa, entire villages have been devastated by the disease, not realizing that the silent bite of a tiny fly was the beginning of a slow march toward death. The tsetse fly doesn't hunt you. It simply lands, feeds, and leaves you with a future your body cannot escape. Number 8. The freshwater snail schistosomias. A simple swim in a lake or river can lead to one of the most dangerous parasitic infections on Earth. Freshwater snails in Africa, Asia, and South America release microscopic larvae into the water. These larvae burrow into human skin without causing pain. Most people never feel a thing. Once inside the body, they mature into worms and begin laying thousands of eggs, but the eggs don't leave the body. They become trapped in organs like the liver, intestines, and bladder, causing inflammation, tissue damage, internal bleeding, anemia, and eventually liver failure or bladder cancer. The worst part, symptoms can take months or years to appear. Schistosomias kills an estimated 200,000 people every year, yet the victims rarely know the cause. A swim that felt refreshing becomes the beginning of a slow internal collapse. A killer that never touches you directly, yet invades every part of your body. Number 7. The slow loris venomous primate. It looks adorable, large eyes, soft fur, gentle movements. But the slow loris is one of the only venomous primates on Earth, and its venom kills slowly, silently, and unpredictably. The loris doesn't rely on bites to kill humans. Instead, it secretes venom from glands near its elbows. When threatened, it licks these glands, activating the toxin with its saliva. The venom causes anaphylactic shock in some victims, while in others it causes necrosis, the slow death of tissue around the wound. People who've been exposed report swelling that spreads over hours, difficulty breathing, and collapse. Several documented deaths have occurred because victims didn't recognize the severity of the bite. The symptoms start mild, then escalate as the heart struggles to pump through swelling tissues. Behind the cute appearance is a primate with a biological weapon that works quietly and cruelly. Number 6. The blue-ringed octopus is a creature the size of a golf ball, yet one of the most dangerous animals on Earth. The blue-ringed octopus carries tetrodotoxin, a neurotoxin that blocks sodium channels in nerves, causing paralysis. A victim may feel only a slight pinch or nothing at all. But within minutes, the toxin starts shutting down the body. First the lips numb, then the arms weaken, then the diaphragm stops working. The victim becomes fully paralyzed, but remains conscious, trapped inside a motionless body. Death occurs from respiratory failure, but here's the silent killer aspect. There is no pain warning. There is no swelling. There is no obvious bite. A person can walk away thinking nothing happened until they collapse minutes later. The blue-ringed octopus doesn't chase, doesn't attack violently. It kills quietly with a toxin 1,200 times stronger than cyanide. And the next 5 creatures kill in ways even more frightening. Some shut down your organs one by one, some infect you through the air you breathe. And the final creature on this list is the deadliest silent killer ever discovered, responsible for more deaths than every predator combined. Number 5. The box jellyfish. Nearly invisible in the water, the box jellyfish kills faster than almost any animal. But what makes it a hidden killer is that the victim rarely sees or feels the sting until the venom has already entered the bloodstream. Each tentacle carries thousands of microscopic harpoons containing a venom that targets the heart, nerves, and skin. The initial sensation can be mild, just a light brush, but within minutes, venom spreads through the cardiovascular system, causing cardiac collapse, respiratory failure, or severe shock. Some victims die before reaching shore. Others survive the initial sting but suffer for days or weeks as tissue necrosis and systemic damage spread slowly through the body. The box jellyfish doesn't hunt or chase. It simply drifts, waiting for its next silent victim. Number 4. The cone snail. This tiny snail hides one of the most advanced biological weapons ever evolved. It fires a hollow, venom-filled harpoon with lightning speed. Many victims describe the sting as nothing more than a pinprick, but soon after, the real danger begins. The venom contains dozens of conotoxins, each targeting a different part of the nervous system. Muscles stop responding, vision blurs, speech becomes impossible. Eventually, the diaphragm stops working. What makes the cone snail a hidden killer is the delayed paralysis. Victims often don't realize they're poisoned until it's too late. There is no antivenom. The only hope for survival is artificial ventilation for hours until the toxin wears off. A creature that kills with microscopic precision, silently disabling the body one system at a time. Number 3. The mosquito malaria and beyond. It's small. It's everywhere and it kills more humans than any other animal in existence. But mosquitoes don't kill through their bite. The bite is merely the delivery system. They transmit deadly parasites and viruses: malaria, dengue, yellow fever, Zika, West Nile virus. Each of these infections begins quietly. Fever, fatigue, headaches, symptoms so mild that many victims think they simply have a cold. But inside the bloodstream, parasites reproduce exponentially, destroying red blood cells, overwhelming organs, and causing coma, seizures, or multi-organ failure. Malaria alone kills over 600,000 people every year. The victims rarely realize what's happening until the disease is already fatal. A tiny insect that kills slowly, invisibly, and relentlessly without a single roar, bite, or strike. Number 2. The rabies but silent viral transmission. Most people associate rabies with aggressive animals and dramatic symptoms. But the most deadly form of rabies transmission comes from animals you never notice, especially bats. Here's the hidden danger. The bite of a rabid bat is often so small, so shallow, that people never know they were bitten. Some don't even feel it. Rabies incubates silently for weeks or months. During this time, the virus travels along nerves toward the brain. Victims feel normal, healthy, even, but once symptoms begin, the disease is almost always fatal. Late-stage rabies causes hallucinations, muscle spasms, hydrophobia, paralysis, and finally respiratory failure. Only a handful of people have ever survived once symptoms appear. A bite you never felt, a virus you never noticed, a death you never saw coming. Number 1. The Ascaris roundworm, the invisible global killer. At the top of our list is the most silent killer of all, a parasite that infects over 1 billion people, often without any symptoms. The Ascaris roundworm enters the body through contaminated food or soil. You don't feel it, you don't see it, you don't know it's there. But inside your body, the larvae begin a horrifying journey. They hatch in the intestines. They migrate through the bloodstream, they invade the lungs. They climb the throat and are swallowed again. Then they grow into adults and begin laying hundreds of thousands of eggs. For months or years, victims may have only mild symptoms: coughing, abdominal pain, fatigue. But the damage continues silently: intestinal blockage, liver enlargement, malnutrition, lung damage, bile duct obstruction, fatal intestinal rupture in children. Severe infections can lead to stunted growth, cognitive impairment, and death. It is the most widespread silent killer in the animal kingdom. No claws, no fangs, no sting. Just a microscopic invasion that destroys the human body slowly, quietly, and globally. So there you have it, to 10 hidden killers that can take your life slowly without you realizing. From parasites that invade your organs to venom that shuts down your body without warning, these creatures prove that the deadliest threats in nature, often the quietest ones. Which one shocked you the most? The cone snail's delayed paralysis, the mosquito's global death toll, or the invisible roundworm infecting millions? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Top Wonder, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next deep dive into the world's most dangerous animals.